What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I have got a pretty shocking clip that I'm going to be sharing with you on stimulus checks. This is your stimulus check update. Now, I'm going to share with you the entire video footage, the whole interview, so you know nothing is taken out of context, but I'm going to share with you just right now this brief, small clip, and I gotta know your thoughts. Let me know. Do Americans want a fourth federal level stimulus check, or are they not concerned with it? Do you feel like a fourth federal level stimulus check actually helped and will help, or are you more concerned with inflation and debt and stopping these stimulus bills? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and take a look at this clip.
The regular man on the street is talking about inflation. The fact that his food is going up dramatically, his gasoline, he knows he's going to be colder this winter. Those are the things that the American public care about. Nobody's asking me to get a check.
Interesting. That, by the way, is one of the polls that Liz Peek cited. You know, the check stuff last spring didn't really work. It didn't really take. And that includes, by the way, you know, the child care allowance, which is essentially just a direct, direct funding. Didn't really take.
Wow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That was Larry Kudlow and Arkansas Senator Bozeman, both saying that stimulus checks and the child tax credits, neither of them really kind of stuck or did any good, and people aren't asking for those right now. They're actually asking to deal with inflation and debt and other issues. Let me know your thoughts. I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of people in the comments with differing opinions, you guys. Now, I'll be sure to keep you up to date. I'm going to share with you the entire clip, and you're going to be hearing the conservative perspective on this, saying we need to stop the stimulus provisions, stop the debt, stop the inflation. It's time to put an end to this, and they're urging Senator Joe Manchin to get on board with ending this bill, as he is that one centrist, moderate Senate Democrat that's saying he thinks that this bill maybe shouldn't go through. Now, on the other end, as I reported to you, we're hearing that Democrats and the president are trying to get Joe Manchin on board to pass the bill through, but some are getting fed up. Take a look at this article. Just came out an hour ago, you guys. The second-ranked Senate Democrat is daring Joe Manchin to sink Biden's agenda, saying, listen, it's time to put up or shut up. Either sink the bill or pass it, but we cannot have any more causes to pause. No more delaying. Let's go ahead and either pass this or stop it, but we cannot have any more kicking the can down the road, taking more time to get this done. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. But take a look. Some of the Senate Democrats want to put Manchin on the spot about the $2 trillion bill. It comes at a time that we have got to say it's time to put up or shut up, said Richard Durbin. But pressuring Manchin is a high-stakes vote that could blow up in Democrats' face, because they literally need every single Democratic senator to pass this through the Senate, through the process of reconciliation. The way the Senate is structured, 50 Republicans, 50 Democrats. So with the majority vote, they got to get every single one on board, you guys. Now, I'll be sure to keep you up to date on that. As we had President Joe Biden meet with him, we're having Democrats continually talking with him. They're trying to do negotiations, and we heard that he said he wants to throw out the child tax credits now as well. And if you missed the details on that, check out my previous video that I uploaded earlier today, right after this one, to get caught up on that. But you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this video footage that came out, the conservative perspective on this bill, and how they're saying stimulus checks, well, we might not need them. People don't necessarily care about them anymore. They're not a concern. Let me know your thoughts, you guys, but let's go ahead and dive right in. And first off, too, just wanted to say thanks for all the support on that second channel, Steve Ram Finance. Really excited about it. Over 1,000 subscribers already. We're going to be launching closer towards the end of the year. And if you're somebody that's interested in growing wealth, learning about personal finance, maybe you want to launch a business or invest in real estate, stocks, crypto, you're starting over financially, this is going to be the channel for you. I will pin a comment down below. All you got to do is click the link, go subscribe, turn on notifications, and when we launch, I think it's going to help out a lot of people. Really excited about it, you guys. But now let's get you caught up on the latest economic news and cover this video footage for you. And let's start off by smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications notification bell and you can come join the Ram fam, the viewing community, totally free. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Best way by far to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in and let's take a look at this video footage of what's going on right now with Republicans, Congress, the stimulus reconciliation bill, Build Back Better, and where things stand. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Well, again, Joe Biden called the CBO the gold standard of budget scoring a while back, but now they're all singing a different tune. Democrats saying it's fake. Joining me now to talk about this and some other things, we welcome Arkansas Senator John Boozman. Senator Boozman, welcome, sir. Just, I found this memo from Secretary Janet Yellen, and she says explicitly, I quoted it in the first block, explicitly that the Biden plan was always to be permanent, but that they made some things temporary in order to achieve consensus. Now, if that isn't truth-telling inadvertently, then the CBO has the story exactly right. They knew what they were doing, Senator Boozman. They knew exactly what they were doing with these gimmicks, and basically the CBO called them on it and got it right.
No, you're exactly right. You could go down and listen to the congressional testimony, the debate as they've talked about these things, and they've always said that they wanted to get these things permanent. As you know, the gimmick is that you have the pay for over 10 years for the entitlement that lasts only a year. So it's absolutely crazy. I think we need to give Lindsey Graham a big thanks, the ranking member on the Budget Committee. He did a great job of really pressing CBO to score this. And it's not just CBO, Larry. As you know, there's been a couple outside groups, Wharton School of Business. They came out. Theirs was very much the same thing as CBO found.
So on the floor, you got, 2 weeks till Christmas or some such. How can these arguments from the Democrats that this scoring is fake, to use one phrase, how can it hold up? I mean, everybody knew it was the worst kept secret in town, Senator. That's what I'm saying. In other words, there are things that are legitimately up for debate. I get that, I've been in and out of that game for quite some time. But this thing, it's like the worst kept secret in Washington was these gimmicks. And the CBO just called on them. And a few years ago, Biden himself called the CBO the gold standard. I mean, I'm pressing the point because there's so much baloney. And this is one of the reasons why Joe Biden's polls are crashing, including his polls, Senator, on honesty, okay? People think this is dishonest, which it is.
Well, I think what happened was Joe Manchin said, look, I want a bill that comes in at about $1.5 trillion, around that range. And so somebody at some point said, okay, we've got to do this. And then they crafted this bill using the smoke and mirrors to get in theoretically by using the gimmicks and this and that so that they were in that range to try and get a vote out of Senator Manchin. The problem they've got is that even he has come out and said, look, this is not right. CBO is saying this. These other outside entities are scoring in the same way. And so because of that, they've got a real problem in selling to the public. I think you're exactly right. I think that's why President Biden has unprecedented low poll numbers right now.
Yeah, and I think Joe Manchin, I don't know, at least in West Virginia, has very high poll numbers because he's been a truth teller and he's been consistent. Senator
He's a square shooter.
Pardon? Yes, he is. Yes, right.
The only thing I would say is that, it's really remarkable. It seems like yesterday, and myself and several other senators would come over to the White House. President Trump would be sitting across from us. You would be right to his right with your team. And we were talking about cutting taxes, having cut taxes. We were talking about reducing regulation and had the best economy in 50 years. Now we're talking about 6.8% inflation. And when I go home, I thought it was really interesting as you were visiting with the panel. When I go home, the business people are talking about labor. They're talking about supply chains, things like that. The regular man on the street is talking about inflation. The fact that his food is going up dramatically, his gasoline. He knows he's going to be colder this winter because of a 30 to 35% increase in heating. Those are the things that the American public care about. Nobody's asking me to get a check.
Interesting. That, by the way, is one of the polls that Liz Peek cited. You know, the check stuff last spring didn't really work. It didn't really take. And that includes, by the way, you know, the child care allowance, which is essentially just a direct, direct funding. Didn't really take.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, we have heard that there have been pushes for a new fourth federal level stimulus check. We've also seen petitions coming out for almost 3 million people now signing, saying they'd not only like to get a fourth check, but also a monthly reoccurring check. And that's roughly about 1% of the nation. So there is at least a small group that we know of that is in favor of getting checks. But we're also hearing that here we have members of Congress saying that they don't believe that that is one of the top priorities right now, that the top priority is to stop the debt and inflation. And one of the ways to do that is to stop any more checks or stimulus provisions. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I will be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel on whatever unfolds. Right now, the current stimulus reconciliation bill they're trying to pass does not have a fourth federal level check. Now, we have also heard there might be another stimulus reconciliation bill coming in 2022, as we heard from President Joe Biden and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, both saying there will be another bill, and a lot of the provisions that are missed in this one, they're going to include it in the next one. Now, we will see, because right now they're having some issues with this current one, and I will keep you up to date either way here on the channel to whatever unfolds, as all of those negotiations are taking place right now. And we also heard from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer just yesterday and also today giving confirmation that he believes that they're going to get everything done, including the Build Back Better stimulus reconciliation bill, by Christmas. So, man, you guys, a lot unfolding. I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button. Just takes a second, helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, it's easy. Just hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Totally free. You can come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of as well. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. By far best way to get a hold of me directly. And if you're interested, consider joining that second channel as well. We're going to be launching closer towards the end of the year, Steve Ram Finance. I will pin a comment down below. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you in the next video. Hope you and the family have a blessed evening. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.